What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So today I'm going to run you through yet another Ben's Bargains tutorial. Now, this comes to light from two things that I purchased yesterday that were pretty solid arbitrage products. So I'm going to run you through yet another tutorial because I feel like a lot of people are still sleeping on bensbargains.com. Now, for those of you that don't remember, one of the reasons I love Ben's Bargains is because right here, you'll see as we start scrolling down some of the deals, and you can literally find these on the homepage when you sign on to bensbargains.com. Let me find an example of one to show you right here. So as we're scrolling down, here's a perfect example of why I love Ben's Bargains. So it's going to tell you the retail price estimate right here with everything, right? It's also going to tell you the deal price that you can get it for at the website that they're specifying. This is eBay, this is Macy's, etc., etc. This is Gap, right? And then more importantly, why I love it and why it's so easy and why it saves you a lot of time, right? Because you don't have to go out and do all this product research on other things. It literally shows you right here on some of the listings, here's the price you're getting it at, right, in orange. And oh, by the way, here's the price that it sells on Amazon, and here's the Amazon link to it. Now, I'm not in the business of purchasing expensive TVs and then reselling them back on Amazon. Obviously, this is a $400 margin right here. You could do that if you want to. I just personally don't like buying breakable things because, God forbid, this were to break on the way to me. Or, well, the way to me, I could probably return it. But the way into Amazon, right, or from Amazon to the customer, I'm out that $1,000 and I don't make that $500 margin. So I usually stay away from expensive items like this or breakable items like that. It's not really what I like to do, but you can go after that if you want to. Now, let me show you an example, a better example. Here's another one right here, a more expensive one right here. $549. You can resell it potentially back on Amazon for $886. So obviously, it's giving you the link. It's giving you the amount that you can purchase it for. And then once you click the link, you want to do your product research, right? You want to make sure that it is, in fact, the same exact item. Most of them are. I've seen every once in a while where it's slightly different. So make sure. But most of the time, it is the same item, and it's showing you exactly what the difference is from site to site. So you can literally buy it on the site, send it into FBA, and make the markup. Now, I literally did this twice yesterday. One was with JBL headphones, and the other one was a Samsonite backpack. I purchased 5 of each of them because if it were a little bit more early, right now you can't see it down in the bottom right here because my face is in the way, but it is currently 12:15, so this video will drop on 12:16 on Monday, right? And I bought these on 12:14, so the deal probably isn't around anymore at this current period in time. But I'm going to show you perfect examples of how you can also do this yourself from this website, right? And then ship them into FBA for a profit. And the reason I'm telling you I only bought 5 of them is if it were a little bit earlier in December, right, then I'd probably buy more. But because of the fact that it's almost Christmas, we're only 10 days away from Christmas, by the time they come to me, by the time I ship them into FBA, there might only be a couple more days for them to sell before Christmas. Now, obviously, that sales velocity is still going to be high for those specific items, and I will show you that here in a second. But otherwise, if it were a little bit earlier, I probably would have gone into 10, 15, maybe 20 of each item instead of just 5. So let me see if I can go down and find these exactly right here. Here's another example of a laptop. Buy it for $400. You can potentially make $120. Okay, so we're getting close. Here's an example of one that I checked out, the Atari Flashback. Now, I couldn't sell this. One of the things that you're going to look at, you're going to look at the price discrepancy, right? You're going to look at the ranking, right? So I use Jungle Scout. You're going to look if there's a margin. So I use AMZ Scout Calculator. You'll see all that here in a second. As I scroll down, this is another one I checked out, the battery pack right here, right? So it was also, I think the actual battery pack didn't sell for the margin that they specified, and for me to buy it for $109, I think I was only making like 10 or 20 bucks, so it wasn't a good enough ROI for me to pull the trigger on a $110 product. So let me find the ones that I actually bought, and I'll show you the 2 examples of the ones that I bought, and they are definitely coming up here in a second. This one is literally always on the site. I see this almost every single time. It's like they just keep re-uploading it, trying to get rid of it. I don't really know. This folding portable workbench, always freaking here. So let's find the JBLs in the Samsonite bag. They're definitely here. Here's the JBLs right here. Perfect example, right? And this still might be live. Oh, it ends today. So obviously by the time I'm releasing this video, unless they extend the sale, you probably won't be able to get this. The other one might still be good, so we'll check that here in a second. But look, right here, you can buy this literally directly from JBL.com for $9.95. You can resell it back on Amazon for $40. So we need to check 2 things, right? First and foremost, what does the Amazon listing look like? So we click, and this is why I love Ben's Bargains. You click Amazon. It's going to take you directly to the link. First thing you want to do is make sure that they are indeed the same exact thing, right? So before we actually get into this, right, if you guys do want to learn more in depth, you know, not just arbitrage from Ben's Bargains, not just bulk deal arbitrage like we're going through here, but 10 other online arbitrage business models. I've put months and months and months into Online Arbitrage Pro. It is currently in version 3 of the course. So Online Arbitrage Pro will be linked down in the description. 50% off. 50% off for the first 3 people to claim through that link. I'm gonna leave it open for 3 claims. If you go through the link and it says that the coupon code is expired or it shows you the full retail price, then that just means that the coupon codes have been claimed. So let's move on. So these are the same headphones. I checked them, right? One of the things here, it would have been a better margin, and I also checked the store, so you definitely want to check the store, right? So you want to go to the store, make sure that you can indeed get them for $9.95 or whatever they're specifying, right? And you can. I think with tax, it ended up being like $10.50 something per each one, and I end up buying 5 of them. So a couple different things that you want to do, right? You want to check to see if there's a margin, you want to check to see if you can sell it, and you also want to check to see what the sales rank is to see if it's moving enough product. There were plenty of examples on this actual bensbargains.com site where I found great looks of products, but they weren't moving fast enough. They were barely selling, and so I didn't buy them because I'm not trying to sit on a product for 5-6 months or 3 months, right? I want it to flip fast and I want to make my money back. It's a return on my investment business, right? Just like it would be for you, but I want to make that return fast. I don't want to get it in like a couple months. I want to flip it and continue to flip my money, right? So right here, $9.95, still $9.95. You're getting it literally for 75% off. The ranking is 15.5 roughly in cell phone and accessories, so it's selling well. If we click the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, it's going to tell me that it's selling about 9 a day, $270 a month. So it's moving very, very good. Now, you're also going to take the ASIN into Seller Central. I don't have Seller Central up right now, but you should. When you're doing any form of arbitrage, you always want to check to see if you can sell it, because it doesn't matter if there's a great margin. It doesn't matter if, you know, the product's moving fast. If you can't sell it, none of that matters, right? Now, I can't sell this product that's new because I literally just went through this yesterday and I remember the margin would be a lot better new, and I would have bought a lot more if I could resell them new. So right here, the buy box new is $39.95, and my information should probably still be in here. Yeah, look, it ended up coming out to $10.55 yesterday per unit with tax. I'm estimating that it cost me $1 to ship each one into FBA because I never ship one-off products. If you need to learn how to actually send into FBA and how I estimate those costs, my last video that actually dropped was an entire shipping into FBA tutorial. I will link that up in the right-hand corner right now, and I will also drop that down at the bottom of the description if you want to check it out. So it cost me about $1 to ship into FBA per unit. I'm estimating it's usually probably a little bit cheaper than that. It's usually around 50 cents, but I always like to be a little bit more conservative. So overall, it's going to cost me about $11.55 to buy these and get them into FBA. Now, the buy box price is $39.95, so I would match the buy box price if I could sell it as new, and then my margin, I'd spend $10.55 and I'd make $21.89 back. So that's a great return on my investment. Although I can't sell it as new, I've already checked this. Remember, I bought this yesterday. So then the buy box used becomes $21.95. So is it still a good product if I buy it and sell it as used like new and match the used buy box price here? Let's check it out, right? $21.95. And I'm saying everything else stays the same. So then it's still a great return on my investment, and it's about a 50% return on my investment because I'm making $5.33 and I'm spending $10.55 per unit. So then I ended up spending $50 roughly, maybe $54 or $52, excuse me, to buy these, and then it's going to cost me $4 to ship it into FBA, and then I'm going to make $20 probably in a couple days. So solid return on my investment. This is a good example of a product. Remember, guys, always make sure that you can sell it. So this is a perfect example of a product that you can buy directly on the homepage. I didn't have to scroll down very far. It was right here. Let me find the other example of the Samsonite bag. And all these other ones that I'm scanning through might be good deals too. You can look through them. Some of them I couldn't sell. So this is a perfect example of a deal that might be good, but if you're gated in Adidas, then obviously not ideal. You could probably still buy these and resell them back on eBay, although this is an eBay deal. So that's probably a bad example. So sometimes you'll see deals from like Adidas or New Balance, right? Directly from their website. You can buy them, resell them back on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay if the margin is good enough. And obviously this margin is good enough because they're telling you it retails at $80. All right, so here's the Samsonite bag right here. You'll see that the retail price roughly $140. It sells on Amazon for $68, and you can get it for $35. So let's check to see if there's still a margin here. So 77, it doesn't actually sell for 68. It sells for 77.61. So if you match the buy box price at 77.61, and you go ahead and you buy it from Samsonite.com for 35 bucks, what is the margin? And the numbers should still be in here from yesterday. They are. I think I got free shipping and there was no tax, I think, on it. So I put 35 in. Unless I just rounded down, I don't really remember from yesterday. So if I buy this for 35, I estimate that it cost me $1 to ship it into FBA. I maxed the buy box price at $77.61. I'm going to make $21.13 per unit. Now, I remember specifically that even if this deal is still around, and you can literally type Samsonite in the search bar, you can also type JBL in the search bar to check for yourself on Ben's Bargains. This was one that I was gated for originally, and I had to click to request approval. So some of you might be able to do that, and others, might not be able to do that. Always check to see if you can sell it. So you want to take the ASIN into Seller Central and see if you can sell it. If you can't, as a rule of thumb, just always click request approval. Sometimes if you have decent metrics or you're slowly growing your Amazon seller, ranking and your metrics, right? Then sometimes you'll get automatically approved without even having to send in an invoice, okay? And that's exactly what happened with me. So $65,000 roughly in clothing, shoes, and jewelry. What is it selling? Is it moving enough product? And it is. About 11 a day, 330 roughly monthly sales overall on the listing. And each individual one is also showing that it's selling. So is it still, can we actually still buy it from the store, right? Because that you never want to, obviously you're going to go ahead and find that out when you go through the process anyway. And this one does look like it's still in, this one's finally out of stock. It looks like, I guess, everybody bought them up yesterday. So maybe you can find another example of one that's off, a little bit off, like maybe this one's selling decently. You can obviously try it and check. And I believe when you sign on to Samsonite.com originally, you can put in your email, and I think they send you 15 or it might be 20% off on your first purchase. So don't quote me on that. I don't remember this. It's been a long time since I put that in. It might have been a couple weeks ago that I finally first signed on to Samsonite. So you can probably do that and get 10 to 15% off your first order, whatever it is. But just hop on and check. So right here, if this was still in stock, it would be a great deal because you can buy it for 35 bucks on the website. Obviously, it's out of stock though. And then you'd end up making, if you match the buy box price at $77.61, you'd end up making $21.13 per unit. So pretty solid return on your investment as well. That's a little bit under 33%, I believe, or sorry, a little bit under 66%, I believe. Pretty solid return on your investment, and they're selling pretty quickly. So that's how you use Ben's Bargains to find good deals. It's super, super easy. One of the reasons I love Ben's Bargains, like we talked about here, it's showing you the discrepancy right here. It's giving you the store link, and more importantly, it's giving you the exact product link to it on Amazon, so you don't have to spend time searching for it and finding it. Now, it's a little thing. Doesn't take you long to do that, but those little things matter when you're sourcing through hundreds of products every day to find maybe 10 to 20 that you can buy and resell for a profit. So I hope you guys like this video. Remember, Online Arbitrage Pro 3.0, linked in the description, 50% off for the first 3 people to claim it. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.